We are now just 2 weeks away from the release of Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar, and the excitement is getting real. Over the past few weeks, we've been treated to a steady stream of new trailers, gameplay clips, and previews, giving us our clearest look yet at what's shaping up to be one of the coziest, most charming games of the year. We've known for a while now that the game looks stunning. The animations are smooth and crisp, the 2D portraits pop with vibrant colour, and the whole world feels clean and inviting. The soundtrack only makes it better, blending familiar themes with fresh tracks, like the beautiful new Zephyr Town theme. Relationships have had a bit of a shake-up. You can't just speedrun them anymore. Some levels are locked until you hit story milestones or finish certain requests. This means that you can't just max out your favourite villager in the first month or season. On the flip side, however, daily greetings have now been streamlined. Just pass by a group and tap a button and you'll get the credit without stopping for long conversations. You will still want to stop and chat with potential love interests regularly, just to learn their favourite gifts and meals. This information will be key on deepening your bond. But it is nice knowing you won't spend half of your day having to go around finding people just to greet them, individually. Farming and gathering have received massive quality of life changes, where you can now harvest and gather multiple tiles at a time by simply jumping and performing the action. At a later date in the game, you can upgrade your tools and you can double jump to increase the range even more, from 3 tiles to 9 and eventually 12. Gone are the days of painstakingly watering and harvesting 1 tile at a time. Your stamina will still drain accordingly, but it is so much more time efficient to farm and gather this way. Lots of development time has gone into making this game a lot more streamlined, which can be a good or a bad thing depending on your stance, but you can't question the devs' attention to detail. You can gather wood, minerals, flowers and honey from the open world, and of course crops and produce from your farm. All gatherable resources in this game have a quality rating, ranging from half a star to 5 stars, and we can assume this rarity increases the potency and value of the items. You will be able to increase the quality of your goods by utilising the nature sprites. You can hand these little guys resources, and the more you give them, the more they level up, which in turn increases the quality of items you harvest and gather. Each sprite will have bonus items they are more interested in, which will level them up faster, so keep an eye out for these. These items will be located at the top of the UI when trading with the sprites. Happy energy is a universal currency gathered from almost every action in the game, and can be traded with the sprites, who have their very own booth at the Grand Bazaar. Items available here will include the quick access box, a portable storage you can place around town, and new cosmetic glider designs. I'm sure there will be much more upon release. It has also been teased you could eventually purchase seeds and raw materials as you level the sprites up and accrue more happy energy. So essentially, every little task you do, farming, foraging and fishing, all fuel your progress. The sprites aren't just cute side characters, they are your farming crew working behind the scenes to make your life easier. 2 recent updates have shown us footage of the fishing minigame and confirmed that items will indeed have the freshness mechanic we spoke about earlier, that decreases the value of items over time. Whilst I was not expecting too much complexity from the fishing, I do hope it becomes slightly more involved from what we have seen so far, which is just simply pressing the correct direction on the D-pad 4 times. This isn't going to stop me from fishing, but I would like to see slightly more challenging patterns at a future date. As we all know and expect from the aptly named Zephyr Town, the wind is vital to all aspects of life, from travelling to crafting to protecting your crops from the hurricanes. What I really appreciate about the crafting system is that you don't have multiple different machines to micromanage. You can just have all 3 windmills, which are also landmarks, where you can craft and combine items to help manage your inventory and increase the value of your resources, readying yourself for the bazaar every Saturday. Once you acquire enough happy energy, you can purchase a quick access box and place 1 in each windmill to really ramp up your efficiency. Each windmill has a production queue of 6 items at a time, which will automatically craft after a set amount of time in game. which will obviously increase with the rarity and quality of the items. But these crafting times can be significantly decreased the windier the day, so when you have items with large timers, try to plan ahead and pay attention to the weather report to be most efficient with your time. One mechanic that has been introduced to keep crafting interesting and varied is that each season brings in new desirable items that the punters are after at the weekly bazaar. This makes it so you don't get stuck in a loop of only crafting one item that is the most profitable year round. Whether or not this changes each year is unknown, but let's hope it does so it keeps things interesting. One massive game system we have all developed a love-hate relationship with is inventory and stamina management. Once again, this really keeps you on your toes, as even with the extra storage, you will be banging your head against a wall, constantly trying to balance crafting profitable items and crafting items that free up the most inventory space, all in aid of having the most successful stall at the bazaar every Saturday. Keeping on top of your stamina can be a real pain in these games, especially if it is not done correctly. However, Grand Bazaar seems to have found a good balance of using stamina without inducing frustration, as there are methods of increasing your maximum stamina through different meals, and ways to recover some stamina, such as taking a bath, an activity you can partake in every 8 hours. And one other mechanic to take into consideration is the freshness of items. This is a system where items will become less fresh over time and decrease in value. These items will never perish or disappear, they will just have a value floor, so this will need to be factored into inventory management. And the purpose of all of this? Obviously to increase your storage capacity, the size of your farm, upgrade your tools, and to buy new animals, all in order to do it all over again and get completely addicted to the gameplay loop. As I mentioned, I do have slight concerns over the pacing of the game. I've been so excited about this game for a long time now, and I would hate to be finished with it all in under 15 hours or so, and it all depends on how many gold sinks there are in the game. Because from everything we have seen, earning enough money seems to be very, very easy, an aspect of the original game that felt pretty perfect all things considered. Yes, there are natural currency dumps such as cosmetics for the bazaar and the farmstead. I just hope there are some really expensive items that keep you heading to that weekly market. But with seasonal decorations, endless cosmetics and rare animals to unlock, I think we're in good hands heading into the launch of the game. And there it is, a final preview before release. Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar is shaping up to be a fantastic remake and a serious contender for the best cozy game of 2025. Some progression elements like relationships are slowed down deliberately, whilst farming and crafting have been sped up, a curious design mix that we'll see play out in full soon. August 27th can't come soon enough. Until then, take care, stay cozy, I'll see you around.